everyone! Greetings from my channel. Remember to like and subscribe. 3 years after being sentenced to 12 years in jail for receiving and possessing child pornography, the star of 19 Kids and Counting, the oldest of Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar's 19 children, has made a new appeal to have his conviction overturned. Documents acquired by People show that on May 27, Duggar, who is married to Anna Duggar and has 7 children with her, addressed a letter to the judge presiding over his case requesting a court-appointed lawyer. The 37-year-old, who initially pled not guilty during his trial in 2021, stated in his letter that he cannot afford legal representation due to his current financial situation. In another section of the letter, Duggar said he wants a lawyer to assist him in assessing whether his 2021 trial had any constitutional violations. In fact, according to the documents, Duggar, who was arrested in 2021 on suspicion of unlawfully downloading pictures showing the sexual abuse of younger, more than 12 years old, would have had his right to a thorough and equitable post-conviction review jeopardized by the widespread media coverage of his case. The records indicate that as time has gone on, new legal theories and tactics have surfaced in public discourse that might be pertinent to the defendant's case. In light of these recent events, the defendant wants to consult with attorneys regarding how to evaluate these novel strategies and see whether they can assist with a motion for relief. Of Duggar's 2 appeals of his convictions, the most recent one was. His most recent filing comes after it was rejected by the Supreme Court in June 2024. In October 2032, he is expected to be released from prison. The Washington County, Arkansas Sheriff's Office. Due to allegations that Duggar had sexually assaulted multiple women throughout his adolescence, his family's TLC reality show was canceled in 2015. His sisters, Jill Duggar Dillard and Jessa Duggar Seawald, who came out at the time, were among the victims. The rumors continued until his arrest in 2021. 12 years ago, in a message delivered to the public, Duggar said she was deeply sorry and apologetic for what she had done as a child. I hurt everyone, including my closest friends and family. After I told my parents what had happened, they were really understanding and provided me with a lot of support while I dealt with it. My parents scheduled therapy sessions for me and anyone else affected by my behavior, and we spoke with the police during which I confessed my responsibility. Ben Seawald, Duggar's spouse and sister, and Jessa Duggar issued a statement expressing their sorrow. Response to their brother's arrest in 2021, and the news of his federal charges. The couple wrote on Instagram, "As Christians, we stand against any form of pornography or abuse, and we desire for the truth to be exposed, whatever that may be." Additionally, a statement was posted on each account. "Our hearts and sympathies are with their family during this difficult time." A household brand associated with conservative ideals and reality TV, the Duggar family has become accustomed to controversy. Josh Duggar, a family member, has been the subject of accusations in recent years, which have damaged the family's reputation. The former member of 19 Kids and Counting is currently facing serious allegations of child pornography, a case that has garnered national attention. Josh Duggar is apparently having trouble paying for a lawyer to represent him in court, as if the seriousness of the accusations weren't enough. This discovery, it surprised a lot of Josh's fans because the Duggar family has long been linked to riches, publicity, and an apparently successful business enterprise. For many, this news highlights the sharp contrast between Josh's financial and legal issues and the Duggar family's public image. The story of Josh's ascent to popularity, decline from grace, and the financial consequences of his conduct, however, is deeper and more complicated than the courtroom drama. A reality star's demise. Josh Duggar, once a well-liked personality in the reality TV industry, 19 Kids and Counting made her a household name. Josh was frequently considered the family's golden kid, because he was the eldest son of Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar. He had both privilege and obligation as the eldest man in a family with such a prominent public image. Josh was regularly shown as a conscientious, diligent person who upheld the traditional Christian ideals of the Duggar family. Millions of people saw the documentary about his life, who witnessed his extravagant 2008 wedding to Anna Keller. They have 7 kids together. But in 2015, Josh's life fell apart as a shocking claim surfaced that he had abused several young females, including his own sisters, while still a teenager. The Duggar family's formerly impeccable reputation started to deteriorate after the scandal shook them and forced the cancellation of their reality show. Josh publicly apologized and acknowledged his past errors. The consequences were severe. Many of the Duggar family's admirers and supporters were devastated by the news and found it difficult to reconcile the man they saw on television with the one who was made public. In the year 2021, Josh Duggar was confronted with even more grave accusations. He was taken into custody and charged with 2 charges of possessing child pornography in April 2021. The accusations were the result of an investigation when federal authorities found pornographic content on a computer that was linked to a Josh used to operate a car dealership. Both the Duggar family and the public were shocked by this arrest and the court case that followed. A protracted legal struggle began after Josh entered a not guilty plea to the allegations. Having trouble paying your legal bills? Josh Duggar is reportedly having trouble paying for legal counsel in his continuing child pornography prosecution. Despite the seriousness of the situation, court records and those close to the Duggar family claim that Josh has fallen into a terrible financial situation. Josh's personal finances have apparently suffered, despite the Duggar family's substantial riches over the years, which includes their business endeavors, book agreements, and television appearances. He is now confronted with the hard reality of legal bills that many would consider outrageous, as his legal issues, including the expense of hiring a top-tier criminal defense counsel, have depleted his resources. The price of defending against such grave accusations, particularly in a case that includes numerous accusations and private information, might cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. This financial difficulty has raised concerns about the Duggar family's long-term management of their fortune. It has become clear that Josh Duggar, like many others dealing with legal issues of this size, is not immune to financial difficulty, despite their public image as a pious and frugal family. Additionally, the Duggar family has mostly kept quiet regarding the details about their financial status, allowing both admirers and detractors to conjecture about the family's spending patterns, priorities, and possible financial mismanagement. The reaction of the Duggar family members of Josh Duggar have been largely silent about the financial ramifications of his court battle as it has developed. Josh's parents, Jim, Bob, and Michelle Duggar, have occasionally spoken out in favor of their son, saying they hope that Josh will be exonerated of the accusations. They haven't, however, made any public mention of Josh's incapacity to pay for legal representation. The fire has only been fueled by this quiet. Many fans are curious as to whether Josh's legal bills would be covered by the Duggar family, who have come under fire for their lack of transparency and unwillingness to completely own up to their past transgressions. As a family, the Duggars have a long history of cooperating. Additionally, a lot of their admirers are conjecturing that Jim, Bob, and Michelle might. Given the gravity of the accusations and their faith in the strength of familial loyalty, they are willing to financially support their son during his legal battle. Others, on the other hand, think that Josh's family may be separating from him, especially if his legal matter continues to receive global exposure. Over the years, the family has received varied reviews. Some fans have defended their principles and the manner they manage family issues, while others have criticized them for being disconnected from the realities of the world beyond their extreme conservatism. It's an accountability issue. Josh Duggar's financial difficulties have spurred a broader discussion about responsibility and the results of one's deeds. Many have questioned the fairness of the system, which only the wealthiest people can afford the best lawyers, due to the exorbitant cost of legal defense in such important situations. Josh's case, which many see as illustrating the confluence of privilege, wealth, and justice, brings to light the unsettling fact that the outcome of legal disputes is frequently influenced by financial means. Otherwise,